Am I live now? I can't believe it. I can't believe it's true. Let me see here. Let's get some music going. Let's get some music up in here. Let me see. Audio output capture. Desktop audio? Okay. I don't think that's doing anything. I don't think that's doing anything at all. By the gods, I should have figured out how to work this machine before I started operating it. Well, that was probably too loud, wasn't it? I'm seeing it, the thingy flashing all the way to the red. That's bad, right? I think that's bad. Let's see. There's some kind of error message. This is a disaster. This couldn't be going any worse. Let me see here. I just want to listen to music. I just want the folk to listen to the music with me. This is obviously incorrect. Let me see. Media source? Okay. Off a local file. This isn't what I want. This isn't anything at all. It says there's one viewer in here. I don't know if that's actually true. If there's a person in here, say something, damn you. Or don't. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said damn you. That was very rude of me. Browser? Okay. That's not what I want. Get out of here. Alright, forget it. I guess I'll just have to listen to music by myself. Alright, what are we drawing today? We're drawing stickers. I'm making some stickers. And one of them is going to be this fellow right here. Friendly neighborhood wizard. Needs some touch-ups. Got to spice up his outfit a little bit, maybe. Got to fix some of these shadows and such. But that's the gist of him. He'll be a friendly neighborhood magic user fellow. Let's see, there's some halflings over here. Probably going to be part of a different project, not related per se to stickers. Although this guy looks like he could make a nice little sticker. He's got like a wizardly vibe going on. I think maybe he's a warlock perhaps. I've been watching. I was watching that show Willow. Awful stuff. Just horrendous rendition of a classic film, horrendous continuation. But that's okay. We're not here to think about nasty things such as that. Let's get this hag going. So the idea behind this next one is kind of a sort of a there's a genre of humor that I really enjoy that's just like making fun of chintzy like bullshit that people have in their houses, like to decorate, or like a mug. It says like, don't you dare disturb me until I've had my coffee, you fiend. Or that's like the vibe I'm going for. It's like, if you dare even utter a single word to me before I've had my morning coffee, I will place a curse upon you and your entire family. Or it's like that was the language that inspired this idea. So, a little sketch. You can see this. I don't know if that's... She's kind of like right there. Coffee hag. Nasty lady. Nasty, haggish lady. Make her nose a little more extreme, a little more upturned. Expression just totally crazed. Totally crazed and deranged witch who just wants to have her morning coffee. It's all she ever wanted. It's all she needs. Her special bean juice. Special morning bean juice. I think this looks too surprised. I need it to look more like angry. This has got kind of that Mike Mignola like Hellboy fairy kind of look with the eyes kind of slanted up like that. Let's just go with that. Let's just see where that goes. We're just sketching around. You know how it would be. So probably have to resize that a little bit, and that's all right. Give her some kind of like pointy ears, maybe like some just crazy brows going on. I do enjoy the crazy brows. And get that nose nice and crazy. Yeah, it's not too crazy. We go further with the nose. We don't have to exaggerate it too much. I don't know what I want. I want to be the focus of this. Obviously partly on the Hags expression is important here. I think the small pupils help communicate how just crazy wide her eyes are. Like, you dare speak to me? Disgusting. You disgust me. That was another a sticker idea I had, was like some kind of poster thing. It's just like a really gross, like just disgusting looking like medieval nobleman fellow who's just like, you disgust me, peasant. Well, he's like just the most grossest, awful dude in the world. And I was kind of thinking it'd be funny to give him sort of like a vaguely Elon Musk sort of vibe or look to him. Just for funsies. I don't know. I think Elon Musk is just a great guy, just a great contributor to human progress. Really, I can't think of a single thing he's done that I would object to. And frankly, I think his haters are just way out of line. Way out of line. I think they should give that guy a Nobel Prize of some type, whichever one he thinks he deserves the most, I think is the one that he should be given, frankly. All right, it's not quite... So, I think in the sketch, there was just a little more, like, meanness. I don't know what that's from. Or maybe a little more crazy in the eyes. Just, like, maybe, like, slightly off... I think if they're slightly off focus, like, they're not quite in the same spot. Not like she's got, like, a lazy eye, but they're just, like, quivering. Like the eye, like the pupils are quivering in place, and so they're not quite in the same zone, Like I think that's the vibe that we're going for. Like she's not stable because she hasn't had any sweet, sweet caffeine. And then, and I think, oh, here's the other thing. Yeah, it's like, I think the way I did the hair here means that I can't do the hunch as effectively. She's gotta be like scrunched up, like just like hunched over with, give her some like skulls and stuff like over here. I'm not sure. I think she at least needs like some kind of raggedy shawl kind of thing. And I had like some kind of like bones going like here. I could take that sketch and scan it, maybe scan it to get it in here. But I'm thinking more so that I'm just gonna want the coffee to kind of shine. Maybe I get some of those more design elements on the mug itself. And I think I am going to have to squeeze her down a bit to fit here in this here canvas I got going. But I do another version of this next to her and see how that goes. But key element, you give her some like this baggy, gross, bony shawl thing that's like hanging down. It's all raggedy, and then like a nice thin kind of like sinewy arm coming out and gripping her delicious bean juice. So tasty, delicious, tasty bean juice. That's kind of too big. I don't know. I think the proportions are a little off. I think, okay, here. Let's size that down a little bit. I think her head's not big enough. She looks too bulky. She looks like she's been going to the gym. And I don't think she's much for that gym life. I think she's more like, I'm going to hang out and do some knitting and maybe brew some potions, harangue some local teens or something. I don't know. I don't know what hags do all day. I assume cast spells, ritualistic spells, capture small children, and do the whole gingerbread house thing. That kind of stuff, that genre of stuff, I would assume, is what hags are up to. This is kind of, like hags in like the D&D, not just general, elderly women. That we don't want to continue any stereotypes or it's like old people are great. You respect your elders, kids. It's a thing you should do as a productive member of society. So I think I wanted to have her like finger like a nasty, just thingy like pointing out. I was getting too much of that the cat meme vibes in the sketch, and I don't know how to fix that. The cat that's sitting there at the dinner table and the woman is like angrily pointing. Like, it's not really what I want. I want like gross witch finger, definitely going to cast a curse on me if I make one wrong move. Kind of vibes here, like kind of like that, and not quite all in line. The fingers, not like a fit, like some of the fingers are doing, like You have to make the sound effects while you draw, or it doesn't work. Or the spell that you're casting as you draw will be broken, and you will find yourself lost, afloat in a sea of despair, rather than I think I want to. I don't even know where I was going with that comment. A sea of despair, lost in a sea of despair, Anyway, that's what'll happen. So you got to do that, or else you won't come up with good ideas, and your drawings will look like poop. Those are the rules. Okay, I do like the profile on her face here, just like a really strong brow and cheekbone kind of thing going on. That feels nice. That feels good. Let's keep that going. I wonder, do I want to do something with the lids like that, or do I want to keep it like... Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's keep going with that. Let's keep going with that then. And we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe instead of like, because I kind of in the sketch gave her like human skull. Maybe like some kind of bird skull or something. I'll have to look up what the deal is with that. I got this book at the library called... It's just called Bones. And it's got all kinds of bones in it. But the subtitle book is The Unity of Form and Function by R. McNeill Alexander. It's got some nice photos in here. I haven't really, honestly, looked through it too heavily. I recently renewed my library card, and I've been getting all kinds of library books about various subjects, such as medieval fashion and cool old rings worn by noble folk. Great inspiration. Great inspiration for drawing if you, if you can stop playing video games long enough to to break out the old books. I've been getting back into StarCraft 2. Maybe StarCraft 2 players out there? I don't know what it is about StarCraft, but I used to play StarCraft 1 on an ancient Mac. Like one of those big blocky, disgusting, gray, like nasty old Macs that I inherited from my aunt, I believe. I think my aunt gave it to us when she was done with it. Like she had it in like the early days of Photoshop, and I think it still had like Photoshop on it. I don't know whatever happened to that machine, but I had it in my room, and I was able to play, I think, Diablo 1 and StarCraft on it, and it was freaking epic, frankly. So anyway, here's just a kind of sketch. This is the sort of layout I was thinking. So the sticker would kind of be here, and then maybe like speech kind of thing up here, and maybe down here as well. I don't know how I feel about that piece of it. Or just speech bubble, maybe. Maybe speech bubble is the most effective way to do it. You just kind of, it's the most direct, kind of get at what she's saying sort of thing. Okay, that's a sketch. Let's set that over here. And let's do a new layer and maybe do one more version of it. Now, on the original sketch I did, I have a little... nasty other sketch that I just didn't like as much. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I think it was just the composition of it. That one, there's really nothing there for me, so I'm going to have to start sort of from scratch. I wonder... Let's just get into it. Let me cover this. Let me cover up this old hag. And we'll just do a new one kind of in this area here. Maybe let's lower that brush. And if you're curious, frankly, I don't think you can ask people what the brushes are that they're using, and what their favorite programs are. I am in Clip Studio Paint right now. This is just, I'm sketching in red so I can go over and ink it after. And I find red to be less final, It's like you can really mess around with it and it doesn't leave too much of a mark. But at any rate, this is just the rough pencil that comes as default with the program. I find it to be it's one of my favorite sketching pencils. If you get it real big, that's, it kind of has that sort of soft. I find it to be one of the more natural looking pencil sort of things. There is I tend to sketch with mechanical pencil, in IRL. And I find the mechanical pencil on Clip Studio to be nice, but it is a little bit too rigid. Like even a mechanical pencil on the paper is a little bit still has a little bit more variety to it. You can get some variety out of the line weight that you really can't with the Clip Studio mechanical pencil. All right, so we're going a little different route with the nose, maybe. I still want those upturned nostrils, but this one's like maybe a little smaller, a little more bulbous. We could do some warts, perhaps. Maybe we could give this chick some warts as well. This one, I'm already not so sure, but we're going to keep going with it. We're going to give her a nice big mouth, a nice big, lovely smile. That's the sound she makes when she hasn't had her coffee. Ooh, that chin is too big. No, we want to give her a little dainty, kind of like pointy chin. And, we're just kind of going in, not too much of an eye for anatomy here, but just kind of getting the big, kind of lumpy, fleshy bits in there. Almost like her face is sort of like, it's got these hard, bony edges that are supporting this kind of like melty mass of gross flesh. That's some good words right there. Maybe we'll make her pupils a little bigger in this sketch, and we'll give her a more varied set of chompers. Just some beautiful, lovely chompers for chomping and such. Get her a nice bespeckled tongue. I think bespeckled is a word. I think that's fine. If it's not, slap a patent on that bad boy. Get me some legal rights to own that word. And maybe this one will give her less pointy ears. We'll maybe have the other ear sort of protruding over here. She's got a little bit more of a Gollum thing going on. So let's give her like slightly. I don't know about that hair. I think it's okay if one side is sort of like matted and crazy, and then the other one it's got more that straight like. And we'll give her like this kind of more like egg-shaped kind of hunch body, and kind of like let's do the coffee on the other side. We'll give her more of like the claw, like the recoiling claw hand. Yeah, like she's like, I haven't had my morning coffee. You can't talk to me yet. You cannot speak to me. Get away! Get away, you fiend! Sorry about that. I see that may have been a little loud. It is roughly 10 a.m. my time. It's Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, some say. The time of New York City, the time of Ohio, and other portions of the Midwest. Not the whole Midwest, though. Some of those folk in Standard Time out there. Wait a minute, not Standard Time. What was I thinking? Central Time. Central Time. The time of the Great Plains. Ooh. They're so great. Lovely. All right, let's give her nice big saggy bags. Nice disgusting saggy bags. Not that there's anything wrong with saggy bags under your eyes. I certainly got some of that going on. You know, it's no big deal. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just haven't had your morning coffee yet. Once you've had your coffee, you'll pick up. Your face will stop melting into goop. You know. How about that Gwyneth Paltrow, right? You guys into goop? Y'all into goop out there? Getting some fine goop products? All right. The coffee mug here-ish. I got to do something special with the mug, right? I don't know what yet. I don't know what I want to make the mug. Like, the obvious choice is to make the mug like a skull, right? Like, yeah, it's a skull. Or maybe it's just another face. Maybe it's like a human's face just kind of stretched out over this nice mug. The other thing that would be funny is to kind of have like, I don't know, just like a cutesy, like regular ass mug with like a, kind of chintzy bullshit saying on it. I don't mind that so much either. We'll get into it maybe after we get these hands in there. Actually, yeah, I kind of like how that's going so far. Okay. One thing though is that because of the way I've kind of done the shoulder over here, there's not as much fun stuff happening in this kind of region of the drawing. Whereas this one has this nice kind of crazy profile thing going on. Yeah, we want more of that for sure. Of course, we could accomplish that with some bits and baubles and things. Like this one definitely has a more blobby kind of form to it. And we can remedy that a couple ways. Maybe she's got a hat. Maybe she's, I don't know. I don't know what else she could have. I kind of like, over here I did sort of this like leafy crown thing going on. Maybe some more of that. I don't know. There's something not quite right with this one. I'm still feeling this one a little more. But I don't hate this one. So I'll have to find these somewhere. At one point I did start a couple of goblins who were drinking a product called goblin juice. So what I want to do with this is turn these into some like, magazine ad type posters that will go into basically what's going to be like kind of a D&D tabletop RPG sort of like addendum manual kind of thing that you can pull characters from, but then the joke is that they're like sponsored by these fake, mystical products that are really actually just like mundane. Like it's like the goblin juice is just beer. It's just beer. It's just a beer ad. Just kind of take some motifs from that. And then this one, of course, is going to be an ad for old Hags, a bean slurry or something. I don't know, like some kind of nasty espresso-like sludge made by Hags in the swamp. Get some swamp hags going on. I apologize if you can hear the power tools going, by the way, in the background. All right, you know what? Yeah, she needs a skull there as well. Maybe I feel like her arms are a little bit too buff. I don't know. I have a tendency to make like buff squat fellows and such. That kind of thing. Okay. Well, I don't hate these. but I feel like they are a little too similar. So let's knock them both out. Oh, did I? I must have done some. Must have done some draw. I'll probably just end up combining these layers anyway. All right, let's do another. And you know what we're gonna do? Sometimes helps to just change up the colors a little bit. We're gonna go to green. We're gonna do some green. Get in the green. Green is a very hag kind of thing. It's a very good color for hags and such. Okay. Let's go. I'm just like drawing. I don't even know. Let's try to get the expression in first. See how that goes. This time it's more like the crazy eyebrow thing, you know? Very skull-like. You get that protruding cheekbone again. This time only one eye is wide open though, and the other one is kind of like closed. Not closed, but squinting, really hard. Ooh, yeah. Good for nice saggy, like Nixon jowls up in there. That's tasty. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get the shoulder line kind of going up in there like that so that you get that nice pop on the profile of her misshapen head. And some of the, nature stuff going on there. Get her eyebrows nice and crazy. The other day I looked in the mirror and I noticed that my eyebrow hair was kind of weird. Like be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I mean, like, I used to think it's like brow hair. It's like kind of like going a certain direction, and I looked at like the hairs like right here, like right in this middle area, and they were just sticking like directly out, and I'm like, has it always been like that, or am I just noticing that now? Notice it like I feel like on older men. The bushiness of their eyebrows like becomes more exaggerated as they get older, and I'm like, is that happening to me now that I've turned the ripe old age of 30? Am I now are my brows beginning to bushify? Is that what's going on? And I was kind of like low-key terrified of that realization. Not really, but Okay, so this one, I'm already feeling like there's some problems. Yeah, the look is too quizzical. It's not like irrational, extreme anger, which is what I'm trying to go for. And it's probably not showing up the best on the stream because this green I'm noticing is kind of... So, one thing though, the reason I got this nice gray background is to protect my eyes from being destroyed by a pure white canvas. You know what? I'm pretty satisfied with at least some of the elements of these other ones. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn these on. I'm just going to go ahead and merge. I guess I could just merge visible layer. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. So if you merge visible layers, that includes the background layer. So I'm just going to merge with layer below. I don't know if you guys can even see that. No, my little picture thing is blocking it. So whatever. Layer management is not my forte anyway. Let's go ahead and turn the get that way down. Let's just let's just get in there with some ink. All right, I've got the Real G pen going for Real G's only, and I like this because it's got like a little bit of chunkiness to it. Let's obviously put that on a new layer. A little bit of chunkiness to it. It's pretty subtle in terms of like, you know, once when you're doing it in a really detailed format, but you can see it obviously when it's nice and big like that, and you know, it tapers off, so some of that chunkiness, you know, disappears once you're really getting into it. All right. I don't know, let's start with a particular place when I'm inking, but you know, for me, here's an interesting thing. Some people, you know, it just really depends on what your preferences are, what you want to do with the piece. For me, I gotta get the face like going a little bit. Some people are like, oh no, the face is like the dessert. Like I got to do everything else and then I can do the face, because if I just do the face, I'm not going to finish the drawing. And that is true for me as well. Sometimes, you know, I just won't finish, but I feel like there are other reasons for it. For me, a character needs to have a face before I can, you know, deem them worthy of having other appendages and a costume and all this other stuff. They got to have a face. They have to be a living creature before I can give them the good stuff. I mean, the face is the good stuff. I can. Nope, that's not it. Something's up with these lips. They're not giving me the effect I want. All right, we'll put a hold on those. All right, give them those nice cheekbones. And I'll probably go back and kind of like establish some holding lines. I do want this to be a more graphic kind of feel to it, because the goal is to put this on like a sticker. So it's going to need some somewhat vibrant colors, some strong shadows, and I'm going to kind of make the decision as I go as to whether those shadows will be, you know, fully black or just kind of brought in later on the multiply layer. And you know, so I'm grooving out to some lo-fi girl right now, and I happen to know that from other streamers, such as art streamers such as Steven Zapata, that Lo-Fi Girl is cool with people using them in streams, and they won't like copyright strike you and stuff for using their music in that fashion. That's what I'm listening to right now, because I fully intended to have it playing here. So next time I'll figure that out. I'll get that figured out so that it's available. It's available to the good folk who watch my stream, if anybody on the planet decides to actually do that, which would be frankly crazy, because I don't think I've done anything. Oh my God! What the hell? Sam, when did you enter here? Are you actually watching this? Are you actually watching this right now? I forgot. I've just been talking to myself because I didn't think anybody would actually be looking at this. About 5 minutes ago. I am. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is kind of a test, sort of a test run. But thank you for joining me. I figured if anybody was going to be in here, it would be Sam Lamb, the artist extraordinaire and an all-around cool dude, Sam Lamb. Yeah, I've actually been taking photos of you, and you know, I've been putting them all over my house, so I'm looking at them constantly. So I'm not looking at one right now, but I've been absorbing your likeness over the course of weeks, even months, perhaps. And I think it's going pretty well. I think I'm capturing really, your essence with this one. So thank you also for noting that the inking is excellent. Yes, I'm an expert inker. Not really. I don't know. This is like a problem that I have, which is there are certain elements of inking that I really enjoy, like this early stage especially, and then like I never know when is too much. When do you kind of put it down, and like especially if you're going to color something, like, and you're going to add shadows and value and stuff in that coloring phase, like when's a good time to call it a rest on the inking for that purpose, knowing that you're going to do both. Because like some comic artists, they I think really focus on giving the inking like life on its own, because they're doing that like one part of the process. Somebody else is going to come in and color it and sort of work around what they're doing. Like David Finch talks about this sometimes, where he will like way overdo it on the inking, and it'll be like a bright sunny day in the scene that he's doing, and there'll just be like big bold dark shadows all over the place, and he'll be like, "This is wrong, but it's how I like to ink." So, is what it is. Let me see what you got going on here. Currently conflicted about something related to this, which is really what I want my next piece to be. Painterly. Yeah, getting that painterly style. I've come into that naturally for some pieces, but I find that when I attempt to do it from the start, especially for more intentional stuff, I don't know, I just can't get into the swing of it. I started this really terrible, kind of like Galadriel elf thing that I was going to do for a video, and it was gross. It was, the painterly part of it got really gross. The sketch I kind of liked, and then tried to paint over it, and it was just nasty. I got to do some practicing on that. All right, so there's the meta question there of like, how much do you prioritize one thing over another, knowing that you might paint into over lines later? Yeah, there's not really a monolithic answer for that. I think one thing is like, once you get in here with like a brush like this, it's kind of inky, especially if you go black, like it, you can color this and then like, just get rid of the lines later. But the longer you work with this as like the basis of the piece, the more it kind of becomes part of it in the process, right? It's like as I work on this, I am considering that these lines are like a part of the finished product, and I'm going to color it and paint it with that like affecting the other parts of it the whole time, right? If that makes sense. So like, yeah, I could get rid of these later or drop down the opacity or whatever. But then it'll require, and maybe that's fine. Maybe it's just like, some people do that. But I feel like when they do that, they use a more like pencil-like, lighter, messier brush for the actual line work. Or they do something like they'll use like a different color, set the lines to like a multiply layer, and then just like paint them in. Yeah. So 70% on just the line. Yeah, and this is something that I think Eben Amundsen does. Is like he really tries to lock in everything at the earliest stage possible with his lines. And he talks about how he's more of a drawer than a painter, even though his pieces definitely do achieve that more kind of painterly style in terms of the finish, as opposed to that more kind of graphic comic booky style, which we're kind of going for here. Yeah, and yeah, this makes me a bit self-conscious because some people are only into painting and don't give a crap about lines. I think it's sort of like a weird dichotomy in terms of the communities that we are a part, that I happen to know that we're a part of. Like, a lot of people want to get into concept art and stuff. And in that world, I feel like digital painting is king. And even though, like, you look at somebody like a Frazetta, who everybody idolizes, and he did boatloads of ink work, and you can see the way his understanding of both line and that kind of painterly approach kind of feeds into each other. It's like not an either or kind of thing at the end of the day, I think. But everybody's got their preferences. So one thing, yeah, Frazetta, he's the bomb. Just can do all the things. What a guy! What a guy! What a fella! Yeah, I like. So, Sam, I don't know if you were here for the my early explanation of like what this is. I think I posted it in Discord, of course, but or I posted the original sketch, and so the idea is this. Is basically that this is like for a sticker design that I'm doing. That's also going to be incorporated into some of the other projects that I'm doing, which is like it's basically the genre of comedy that's like making fun of the kind of chintzy, like, live, laugh, love kind of bullshit, or like don't talk to me until I've had my coffee kind of thing. And it's just this hag who's like, he's like, if you dare speak to me, if you utter a single word in my presence before I've had my morning brew, I'll place a curse on you and your whole family, like that kind of thing. Like, just really extreme anger and reaction to not being fully caffeinated, which I don't know. I just think exaggerating that sort of like corporatized, like sort of humor that ends up on all of these like bullshit consumer products is really funny. Like, just random shit to decorate your house, mugs that you buy for your friends and coworkers who you like, when you can't think of anything else to get them. You know that they like coffee because, like, basically everybody likes coffee. And if they don't have their coffee, they're absolute monsters. They're just disgusting, evil beasts. Oh my God. It is. There's 2 viewers in here? I can't believe it. I can't even believe you guys. Welcome. Yes, she is kind of cute. Actually, she's cute. She's definitely cuter than in the sketch, which is like, there's just this nastiness, I feel like, to especially the stuff that I do on paper that I haven't quite gotten it to translate to the digital realm. So, still working on that, Just one of those struggles. Wow, technically 4 because my 2 cats are watching. Sam, I'm going to say that your cats, given that, you know, their lives are more valuable than ours by several orders of magnitude. We've basically filled a stadium here. I mean, your cats count for probably 50, 60,000 humans each. So if you could just write YouTube and let them know that that's happening right now, I think they're supposed to give me some kind of medal or something. Like a trophy I can hang on my wall. Yeah. No, I think our pupils need to be a little smaller. You're trying to get that like absolutely crazed, unhinged, like meh. Yeah, yeah. So the objective behind this drawing, you remind me that it's good to be in touch with the creative part of ourselves that decides from moment to moment what a project calls for. I get the desire to develop some sort of workflow that we can return to, especially if we want to be professionals. But I think it's good to give room to adjust according to the moment. Yeah, I'm constantly adjusting. I feel like it's it's like on one hand it's bad because I have difficulty replicating certain things that I want to do again, and on the other hand it's good because I get to experiment more. I enjoy the process more, and if I enjoy the process more, that means I'm more likely to do more. It's like there's like a slight catch-22 kind of thing going on there, but I think for the most part it's good to follow your heart. You know, follow your heart. Let it make certain decisions for you. Decisions like, how bony should these knuckles be? Is this hand correctly oriented anatomically? Probably not. But I don't care. I don't care, goddamn you! Ah, that pinky is too long. Okay. Kind of like busted. I don't know. That's not right. Whatever. Sometimes you just got to get it in there and go back and rejig it later, you know? Like just figure it out later. I don't know. That's for future Nate to do. Not for me. Possibly. I don't know. I still like the orientation of the hand, but the fingers are too fat. The fingers are too fat for a skinny old hag. And and she's too cute. She's actually too cute. So that's pretty fucked up. But it's okay. You know, okay, I just thought of something funny. Inspired by your presence here, Sam, with your cats, with your cat audience, is like, what if this mug just said like something like "World's Best Cat Mom" or something? I feel like that would be fun. Something really, really, really innocuous and generic and lovable, in contrast with, you know, whatever I'm going to have in this area up here. Just like, I'm going to put a curse on your whole family if you even think about talking to me before I've had my coffee. That might be a little much. I don't know. I do like that idea. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you like that idea as well, BDO wife. Sam says, yeah, I agree with all that, including that it cuts both ways. I'm debating doing a piece that utilizes the workflow from my last piece, just to reify that workflow, and because my bandwidth is limited. Yeah, so the thing that I'm doing right now is I am making a lot of sketches and then just inking them, and then I'm going to take them all at once and basically do like a color pass over them, so I'm kind of like giving them the same look because they're all going to be part of the same project. So these halflings over here, I'm kind of in the process of inking. This guy will definitely end up in the book. This middle guy. I don't know about, and she probably will too. I don't know about her. I think I'm at my limit for halflings. I want a kind of spread of different Dungeons and Dragons races for this little manual that I'm doing. And Coffee Hag may or may not make it in. Coffee Hag might be for the next one. She's a little more, I don't know, like magic focused and kind of gross, and maybe would be good for more of like a monster focused book. Yeah, so here's the brief. It's basically like an adventurer's journal that has merchants and what do you call them? Merchants and like mercenaries that so it'll be basically just like a homebrew kind of set of characters and items that either a player or DM could pick up and get some value out of. So I need to get these ready for a convention that I'm doing in February. And so this sucker's got to go to print pretty soon here. There's about a like 10, 12 day turnaround on the printer that I'm going with for this. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. But I also need some stickers and some other shit to sell. So hence Coffee Hag and also this Weed Wizard. So Weed Wizard I like a lot. Delicious coffee. I've had my coffee already, or I've had like most of my first cup, so hence why I don't look as cute as Coffee Hag. I've already had my elixir. Otherwise, I would have to place a curse upon ye. Yeah, Weed Wizard I like a lot. I've had this idea for a while, and just I might need to make it. I want to give it some more like crazy colors and some other kind of more psychedelic shit going on. And I'll probably redo this. I'm not loving this pipe, but I didn't take any reference for the pipe. I just wanted to kind of get it in there. So probably redo the pipe. Got to get some more stuff going on with his hand there, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we'll just keep plugging away on Coffee Hag for a bit. Oh, she's so beautiful. So beautiful. I'd marry her right now. If I could. If only she was real. If only she was a real woman. Maybe I'll wish upon a star and Pinocchio her into existence. So I can have somebody in my life who loves coffee as much as me. I want that as a gift to my sister. Which one? The Coffee Hag or the Weed Wizard? Both will be available for purchase in February of 2023. Yeah, Weed Wizard. Yes. She would love both. Okay, good to know. You know what, Sam? Just send me all of your the most ideal gift ideas for your sister, and I'll just make the entire output of my portfolio explicitly focused on Sam's sister. Not in a weird way or anything. Just because we're friends. I don't know about these bones, you guys. Something's got to be done. Something must be done about these bones. These bones ain't right. What was I going to do with these? Oh, I was going to give it... You know what? F that. I'm just going to clear these out. I need a skull here, but I haven't really planned it out. So this is a thing that happens to me all the time. I will get like the focus area of the drawing done on the under sketch. And then I'll just kind of bleh in the rest. And what ends up happening is I'm like, oh, I don't actually know enough about, bird skulls or whatever to invent this section from memory. It's a good diagnostic tool, but it's also like annoying because I'm like, well, I could just kind of go in here and let it rip, which is exactly, I guess, what I'm doing right now. But like, or, I could go and study a bird skull and then like try and, that's fine, whatever. Fine for now. I can go back and fix it. But it's like fixing the inks after you do them is harder than fixing the underdrawing and then inking over it. But in order to fix the underdrawing, I'd have to turn this off, go back to the other layer, put the opacity back up. It's like 3 steps. It's not even that hard. And yet I'm like, no. No, I'm just gonna go for it like a baboon. I'm just gonna, what we need to do? We need to do some digital magic here. We need to give that, ooh, yeah. You know what though? Actually, no. We kind of want this to be. We don't want the profile to be unbalanced. We kind of want this to be small so that, not small, but like we don't want it jutting out too much because we don't want to distract from the finger on the other side. The finger is the main focus, because if we have this bird kind of hanging out over here, pointing its stupid beak off in the other direction, people are going to be like, I don't know where to look. I don't know where to place my attentions. What am I supposed to do? This is what artists exist for. We're supposed to help idiot losers understand how to look at things. Just totally dumb idiot, complete morons understand how to visually process the world. And they can't do it if you make the bird's beak pointing in the wrong direction. They can't do it. They just can't manage. Yeah. That's what I always say. Yeah. Okay, so your sister, she loves weed, is obsessed with coffee, has 3 dogs, used to breed reptiles? Oh, that's fucking sick. Specifically snakes and lizards. And now she loves off-roading and home repair. Love it. What a great D&D character I just described. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Sam. I don't know if you're still here. It looks like you probably are, based on the fact that I have 2 viewers. So thank you for joining me, and I will continue to regale whoever wants to be regaled for the next however long I feel like drawing this. So, bye. Okay, bye, Sam. Love you too, buddy. Say hi to your stoner sister for me. Yeah, these sleeves ain't doing it. These sleeves are all wrong. It can't be. These sleeves are disgusting. Gotta give her nice bony knuckles. Yeah, this arm is altogether too thick. It's too thick for a spindly old woman. You know what I'm saying? We want this woman to be made of chicken bones. Chicken bones and malice. Like the Baba Yaga, you know? Pure chicken bones and malice. Okay. kind of like the shape of whatever's going on down here. Yeah, I need a little more. It's a little too neat. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Not really. I don't know. I don't love that. Either way, it's not the focus. It's not the focus of the drawing, so that's okay. We can kind of let it ride. Kind of let it ride. Go back to this here bird. This here fine bird. So I don't know where I'm going to have the light source coming from yet. Probably just a top down, make it as dramatic as possible. Or maybe a bottom up. Yes, I have a booth. I have a booth at this convention. I got a couple lined up, but the first one will be late February. And yes, I signed up, and now I have to make some shit to take to said convention. And if I don't, they're going to break my legs. It was in the contract. They said I had to bring some stuff. And I don't know if I'm going to have as much as I intended, but that's okay. I think it's quality over quantity that counts. Probably, I'm guessing. And also being really pushy. No, I have not done a convention before. This will be my first one. Obviously, I've attended Comic-Cons and such before, but this will be my first one actually working one. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm stoked, and I'm not nervous yet. We'll see how it goes. I don't think I'll ever actually be nervous because I don't personally have a problem shooting the breeze with strangers. Standing at when I was standing at a table, I used to do it a lot for a previous job where I was a beer sales rep. And I do sampling at various booths and in liquor stores. In liquor stores where just like random liquor store patrons would come up to you and be like, I would like to sample of your product. I have no intention of buying it, but I'll tell you it tastes good as I drink it, and try to get as much free booze as possible before I'm asked to leave. I think that's good experience. I think that's good enough experience for this sort of thing. Yeah. Adjust those pupils a little bit. I think those may be too far apart. I don't want her to look like out of it. I want her to look like she's staring at you with like complete and total malice. But just like the pupils are slightly off because she's got the pre-coffee jitters. You have the jitters that you get before coffee, and then you have the jitters that you get after coffee. I actually don't know if that's true or if I'm just making that up because I said the words and they just started tumbling out of my mouth. Either way, it's okay. We'll just put this as a note here so I don't forget. World's best cat mom. Obviously, we'll need to do some typography on that, but for now, that's a good placeholder. World's best cat mom. So one key thing with wizards is that they got to have their pinky in a weird spot. It's got to look like their hands are like broken and busted, especially witches, of this ilk. Oh, thank you. Yes, I think hopefully it'll go well. One thing is, so there's this interesting dynamic at cons like this, where it's like the many of the best artists, like, and I'm not saying I'm going to be one of the better artists at these conventions, but many of the best artists like don't seem to want to talk to people as much, and then the people who are like kind of bad but really excited about their work will like want to talk your ear off and sell you stuff, and like sometimes it's genuine, sometimes it's just kind of awkward, like oh yeah, like the people that will hand you their book and kind of like look at you like, well, now that you're holding it, you have to buy it. You're like required by law to buy it, and that never feels good. That never feels like a good interaction. And I hope that I have like an eye for that, and the cadence and social awareness to just kind of be like, yeah, I just want to have a conversation with you. You don't have to buy anything. I obviously would like it if you did, but I don't. I hope that we can just be cool. And if you want to buy something, you can. We can just chill. We can just hang. You know, it's all good. It's all good. I don't know. I've got an idea for luring people to my table, though, which is that I'm going to have like I'm basically going to set up a gambling device, like a Plinko board. It's like one of those boards that you have, like, you put the coin in the top and it bounces around. It lands in a certain slot, and then you get a prize according to what slot it lands in. And I'm going to have some like cheap, like small prints of like little characters that people can win if they play, and they can play for free. It's kind of the idea, is like you play for free, and then there's an excuse for you to come up to the table, get something. You know, you're not pressured into buying anything. Why am I giving her? I don't want to give her that little. That's too cute. I don't know. She doesn't need eyelashes. MHM. I actually don't know what that stands for. You would play? That's cool. Yeah, and so I still gotta paint over the board. I have it already. And I'm gonna paint it up, and it's gonna have like a little fantasy scene on it. And hopefully people will think that's cool. Cool enough to stick around. Maybe buy some stuff. Yeah. Need some water. All this coffee's drying me out. Delicious. Delicious tap water. Only the best. Okay, I can kind of feel myself slowing down on this one a little bit. But I like what we got going on here. I think... yeah, it's like saying, okay, yeah. It was just like, the way it looked like all caps, I don't know, maybe it's the symmetry of it. It made me think it like stood for something. I was just like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend, I did not understand. I have brought shame to my family. No, I can't shame my family any more than they've probably shamed themselves, so. I'm just kidding, family, if you're watching, or if you will ever see this. Probably not. Just totally fine by me. Totally fine by me. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll probably do with this world's best cat mom thing is make the maybe I'll put it like, just make the text really faded and kind of like it's scraped off a little bit, and have it be really subtle and like not at all in focus, or not at all, like, I guess it'll be in focus, is kind of in the foreground here, but like it'll just be like one of those things where the text up here will kind of catch your eye, and then only if you're more or less paying attention will you see that the mug says like world's best cat mom on it. Or maybe it'll be like kind of off to the side, so the words are like slightly obscured. So it'll be like Earls est at like cat mom or something, So it's kind of it's not the main joke, because the main joke is that it's just funny when people imply that they can't have a conversation with another human being until they've been caffeinated. And it would be the more extreme that is, the more funny it gets. Now, one thing that I'm terrible at is inking hair, and I really don't know what to do with this like kind of spindly hair. So what I it's like the best approach is just to kind of get it in there, get it in place, and then go in and color it and give it some shadows. And I don't know, highlights probably not necessary. It's probably just going to be like gray and disgusting and grimy. Although in the original sketch I had some like, because hags are typically like nature kind of focus, so just like some leafy, like little leafy bits kind of stuck in her hair, just like little chunkies, little Mignola style chunky little leaves. Maybe like a twig or something kind of coming out here. I kind of like that. Just a nasty, nasty lady. A nasty lady who just wants her coffee. She loves it. She loves the coffee. It's great. It's very good. I don't know if I'm ready to go in with like a holding line here. I still need to figure out what I want to do with this area. I think earlier I just had the bones. Maybe I'll just go back to the bones. I don't mind the bones, but I think they need to be like closer together and more like a pattern, and maybe more, well, not a pattern, but just kind of like, actually, they probably need to be a little less even to improve the impression of craziness. She's just a crazy, crazy lady. We'll have one sticking off to the side here. And then kind of go in and give it some... Yeah, she's simply quirky like that, exactly. She's just kind of quirky. She's just kind of a quirky lady. And you know what? That's fine. That's just okay. Everybody's got their issues. Everybody's got their little quirks. Sometimes their bones, the bones that they have on their shawl, just don't quite line up, and that's okay. She's just got quirks like that, mad quirks. So just kind of want to get obviously they're fastened to her shawl somehow. Just going to get the impression of that in there. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all had our shawl bones a little off kilter from time to time. And that's okay. It's all right. Do not despair. Despite your shawl bones being out of place. I don't know what kind of what would have to happen to me in my life for me to think that I should wear bones on my clothes. I don't know. I mean, like if I was cosplaying or something, obviously, but like I don't know what would have to occur to get me there. Like I feel like some kind of Mad Max style apocalypse would have to happen before I thought, I really could use more bones in my wardrobe. Okay, this hand is definitely a little big, but I don't mind that for the purpose of just the general purpose of the piece. I'm gonna feel like she's like pointing at you, giving you the what for, saying I'm gonna put a dang curse on you. Now one thing, okay, so one thing that I haven't considered yet is what I want to do, kind of internally underneath all this shit. Because I could go like the gross saggy like hag boobs kind of thing, like not actually exposed or anything, but you can kind of see the impression of them under the clothes. Or I could just do baggy shawl. I think I'll probably, I don't want that to be a distracting or even potentially like so inappropriate element. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna give her like a nasty looking dirty shawl. Maybe it's got like nope, that's not it. That ain't it. I don't know how long I would want it to be, but okay. We'll have to think about that. Maybe just cut it off right here, like it's I'll think about that. Boop. Because with a sticker, you can kind of cut things off wherever you please. Kind of give it its own little profile. I don't want it actually to be too long. Think about the orientation of this thing. If it's die cut, it doesn't really matter, but die cut is more expensive. Whereas if I do something like a circle or just a square, that's more boring. I feel like this should be die cut just because it's got this nice little protruding fingies that would look cool with a kind of cutout style. Yeah, I like that. Let's give her some like little veiny bits, little kind of gross. Ugh, spindly veins. Actually, you know what though? I don't want to go too crazy with that because you can do. I think veins would be appropriate here as like a painted in kind of like surface detail. But you don't want to go too nuts with the big bulging veins because that might, it's kind of more like, I guess you get that on old folk who are like, they're so skinny, it's like you can just see everything, but like, it's sort of a bodybuilder thing. It's like the big muscular veiny arms, people that just like work out 7 hours a day. That kind of thing is not the impression I want to give. I want her to be like frail, but will still like could like easily mess you up, like sort of outwardly frail, but like obviously a badass bitch. Like obviously she's been living in the woods. She's been communing with the various evil fae spirits that occupy that land, and she's tussled with them all. Just how it goes. Let's see. How do I want to? Maybe like that part of the shawl comes down like here. I gotta work on these shapes down here. Maybe that's something for another time. I do like how that's progressing though. Yeah. All right, let's get over here. Let's see about this other lady. This other nice lady. Pretty similar. I felt like this initial sketch was almost too similar. And what I didn't like about it, let's just turn the opacity back up. What I didn't like about this was that there's not enough protruding. Yeah, I have been at it for a little while. It was like an hour and 15 minutes, I guess. I started about 10 o'clock. And I pretty much just been working on this. So the problem with this one is I just think the orientation of it. It's too symmetrical. The face is a little too similar to this one. It's not like different enough, I feel like, to invest a whole lot of time in. I just like the face. Maybe that's worth messing around with, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably, just because I haven't eaten breakfast yet, I'll probably cut off the stream in about like 20 minutes. But I feel like this was a good first run. Thanks for joining us. I didn't expect anybody to even end up in here. It was just kind of a test run, if you will. But I am glad that I had somebody along for the ride. She needs some bones on this other side, I think. I think she needs some bones over there. Because it's just the same kind of shawl. But, I don't know. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Oh, no. Yeah, get some of those bones in there. I'll go in and clean up the lines after. I maybe should have done this on a vector layer. Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun drawing it and talking out loud. I feel like it's interesting. This is my first attempt at doing this. I've tried doing some like scripted videos, and there's just been kind of some creative tension there, we'll say. And I feel like this more extemporaneous thing is actually helping me think through the process a little bit more. So that's a nice discovery, that this isn't just totally like, this is like the process of talking through it and streaming it while you do it. I think for many can be really stressful and actually detract from the creative process, which I sort of expected it to do to some degree here. But I think I benefited from the fact that I had already done a sketch of it, and I wasn't doing the idea live. I think maybe that's the key. And so the refinement part, it's nice to kind of talk through. But having the idea and doing that initial sketch, I think benefited from not being broadcast. I like where this is headed. I think this is good. I think this is good for a morning's work so far. And I might just call it here for the time being. And take this one a little further in the afternoon, perhaps. Maybe look up some examples of fabrics that have stuff like this sort of like sewn onto them. See how that might look. Yeah, maybe I need to do some practice with vector layers. I've always just been scared that it's just going to slow things down a little bit. My computer's pretty decent. I know I don't know how much that'll affect my rendering process if I do it as a vector instead. But that might help me clean things up a little faster. Yes. Okay. Well, I can feel the tension beginning to slip in. I think I need to go and do a little bit of research, perhaps. Maybe get a couple more sketches that are different from this one. That have a little more, that bring some other idea into it, and then do that. And the other thing I was thinking about doing is just having a couple like these, and then they're together in some fashion in like a poster format, or a larger piece. So the sketches are both ideation and potentially usable in some kind of project format. So I think that's what I'll do next. And we'll kind of call it there, which I like. But anyway, thank you for joining and watching, BDO wife. I appreciate the viewership and the camaraderie and such. I'm sure we'll see each other in the land of the Discords at some point in the future. If there's anything else I want to look at here. Ooh, this is another guy I was working on. Gotta get this guy done. Gotta do up these halflings. I don't know why I opened this file. These were like some sketches of Frodo I was doing. Frodo Baggins. In any case, I think we'll call it there for the coffee hag. But appreciate the viewership, my friend. And until next time, when I stream again, I have this like little. This starts when people start watching. Okay. And then I had the little thingy up in the corner, an hour and 33 minutes. All right, that feels good. That feels good for a first run. So hopefully I'll be doing more of this stuff in the future. And yeah. All right, well, have a wonderful day. Whoever may watch this in the future. I think this will remain on the channel. I don't know. I didn't actually look at the settings of this very very well. I did not record it on my end, so hopefully this isn't lost to the internet black hole. But what can you do? All right, fare thee well, good people, and happy arting to you. Goodbye.